Hello everyone, welcome back to Chemistry Chronicles. This is part 2 of our pre-calculus lessons and our topic for today is inverse of a function. We can find the inverse of a function using 4 steps. Let's have a look at this example. We have to find the inverse of f of x. Step 1 is to replace f of x by y. Just write y in the place of f of x and keep the rest of the equation as it is. Step 2 is to interchange x and y. So we will just write x in the place of y and y in the place of x, and the rest of the equation is going to be the same. Step 3 is to solve for y. So we take the equation and we solve for y. The equation we got from step 2 is this: x equals 3y minus 1. After adding 1 on both sides, we get 3y equals x plus 1. Now we divide both sides by 3 and we get y equals x plus 1 divided by 3. The last step is to replace y by f inverse x. Keeping the rest of the equations same, just replace y by f inverse x, and this is the inverse of the function f of x. So here we will write inverse of f of x equals 3x minus 1 is f inverse x equals x plus 1 divided by 3. Let's try to solve this one. Here it is given f of x is equals to cube root of x minus 4 plus 1. So our first step will be to replace f of x by y. After doing so, we get y equals cube root of x minus 4 plus 1. Step 2 is to interchange x and y. So we write x in the place of y and y in the place of x, and we get x equals cube root of y minus 4 plus 1. Step 3 is where we solve for y. At first we write the equation we got from step 2. Then subtracting 1 from both sides, we get x minus 1 equals cube root of y minus 4. Then cubing both sides, we get x minus 1 whole cube is equal to y minus 4. At last we add 4 on both sides and we get y equals x minus 1 whole cube plus 4. After solving for y, we move to our last step, which is replace y by f inverse x. By doing so, we get f inverse x equals x minus 1 whole cube plus 4. Therefore, the inverse of f of x equals cube root of x minus 4 plus 1 is f inverse x equals x minus 1 whole cube plus 4. Let's try to solve another example using the same 4 steps. Step 1, replace f of x by y. By doing so, we get y equals x minus 2 over x plus 2. Step 2 is to interchange your x and y. After interchanging x and y, we get x equals y minus 2 over y plus 2. Step 3 is to solve for y. Multiplying y plus 2 on both sides, we get x times y plus 2 equals y minus 2. We will use distributive method to simplify the first half of our equation, and we get xy plus 2x equals y minus 2. We need to solve for y, so we have to make sure that all the y's are on one side. That's why we take all the y's on one side and the rest of the term on the other side. In the first half of the equation, we can see that y is common in both the terms. So after factorizing y, we get x minus 1 equals to, in the second half, minus 2 is common, so we will factorize minus 2 and we get minus 2 times x plus 1. Then we divide both sides by x minus y and get y equals negative 2 times x plus 1 divided by x minus 1. Step 4 is to replace y by f inverse x. By doing so, we get f inverse x equals negative 2 times x plus 1 over x minus 1. This is the inverse of the equation fx equals x minus 2 over x plus 2. This is the last problem for today, and we will use the same 4 steps to solve this problem as well. Our first step is to replace f of x by y. After replacing f of x by y, we get y equals x squared plus 4. In the step 2, we interchange our x and y and we get x equals y squared plus 4. In step 3, we will solve for y. So we take the entire equation, subtract 4 from each sides, and we get x minus 4 equals y squared. Taking cube root on both sides, we get y equals plus minus root over x minus 4. In step 4, we will replace y by f inverse x, and we get f inverse x equals plus minus root over x minus 4. But I will not write the minus here, I will only take the positive value of root over x minus 4, because in the question it was given that x is greater than or equal to 0. So x cannot be negative, it has to be positive. That's why we will not take the negative value, we will only take the positive value of the root. Therefore, the inverse of f of x equals x squared plus 4 is f inverse x equals root over x minus 4.